Hey, it's Mike from Backyard Boatworks, and so the next step on the Tenderly dinghy that I'm building is to install what they call the whale beads, and that's the strip of wood that goes down at the very bottom of the first strip. It's just dry fit in there for right now. It goes all the way from the bow back to the stern. Um, and this, they've got the kit came with a special clamp that you had to kind of put together to hold the strip of wood in here. It was a little bit of a pain to try to get that in there dry. So I think my plan is to leave it clamped from about here back and loosen these, and then take the clamp at least part way off, see if I can pull the strip of the whale bead, as they call it, loose far enough that I can put some thickened epoxy behind it, and then slowly work that back on, and then I can keep taking a section off and keep working the epoxy back and putting it in place, rather than trying to get everything all at one time with the strip completely loose. So anyway, that's the plan. Let me see how that works. So I've got the clamps loose. I've mixed up some thickened epoxy, and let me get my chip brush. Okay, so I am going to brush some thickened epoxy onto the back side. Alright, I gotta make a mark because I can't tell if that shifts position. So I want it right there. Okay, so got the front part. The rest of this should be, I think, fairly easy. And I've got it lined up. I can feel it's flush with the bottom of this seam. I had the clamp, the front clamp here, pop off right after I got everything else clamped on there. And you can see how I've modified it with the little wedge piece in there. I think that's going to hold it a lot tighter. So I'll keep an eye on it. But now my next thing is to get in here and do some cleanup before this stuff really sets up. And I've got a little West epoxy plastic with a really sharp little 90-degree, and then it's got a rounded at the other end. But it comes real handy for just cleaning up this stuff before it gets hard, because it's a whole lot easier doing it this way than trying to sand it later off, especially down in a tight little crack like that. So alright, so I'm going to continue on around and try to clean this up as much as possible. So I'm going to continue on around the whale bead and clean up as much excess as I can, and then we'll figure out what our next project is. It's the next day and I've got all the clamps pulled off, and I think it looks pretty good. So now I'm going to repeat the process on the starboard side, and but this looks like a good spot to end the video. So our next project is going to be starting on the rails, so that'll be our next video. Hopefully, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.